Ever felt like the whole world decided to pile on all at once? Your coffee tips over first thing, you blow the bus schedule, snorts. Somebody drops a comment that stings more than it should, and by nightfall, you're scratching your head, wondering what's up with this mess. We usually shrug this stuff away as rotten fortune, just senseless disorder in a cold cosmos. But imagine if I said those episodes, those recurring setups, those apparent fluke run-ins aren't haphazard whatsoever. Picture the cosmos attempting to flag you down, only for you to be too occupied, too sidetracked, too wrapped up in the static to catch on. Hold up. Before you picture some starry messenger music dropping cautionary memos at your door, allow me to explain. The cosmos skips the wires or flares. It communicates via motifs, beats, alignments. It conveys messages right through the weave of your daily grind. And whenever you're veering off course music from the core essence of existence, battling the tide instead of riding it, the cosmos finds methods to snap you alert. Consider it like this. If you're strolling near a drop-off, wouldn't you appreciate a nudge on the arm? The cosmos keeps prodding. The real issue is if you're tuning in. Let's dive into what these cues truly resemble. Most folks, upon mentioning sign, music, envision something over the top. Flames in the shrubbery, a divine proclamation from above, a thunderstrike carving your initials. Yet the cosmos operates way more gently. It murmurs prior to bellowing. Music prods softly before shoving hard. And should you tune out those murmurs too long, you could wind up sprawled in the dirt, puzzled about your arrival. The initial cue comes as opposition, relentless, grating, draining pushback. Each dawn brings a knot of anxiety for what's coming. Your job drags like hauling a rock up a slope. Your connections feel taut, contrived, akin to cramming into footwear way too snug. Every task demands huge energy, and zilch glides effortlessly. This isn't existence being tough just to be tough. This is the cosmos signaling you're paddling upstream. You're attempting to ram a square peg into a round hole. You're holding fast to a route that doesn't belong to you. The stream aims to sweep you along a specific route, yet you're clutching the bankside boulders, convinced your way's superior. Truth is, existence ought to carry a subtle smoothness, not smoothness meaning total comfort with zero hurdles, music, but smoothness when you're syncing with your true self, with reality's true mechanics. There's momentum. Paths clear. Entrances emerge, chances arise. Snorts. It's akin to gliding with the breeze, not bucking it. However, when you're misaligned, when you're twisting into a role that doesn't fit, or pursuing a pursuit never intended for you, the cosmos scatters barriers in your way, not for retribution, but for rerouting music you, prompting a pause to ponder. Quote 1. The next cue is recurrence. Identical troubles reemerge in fresh raps. You quit a gig over a tough superior just to encounter the identical vibe at the following workplace. You split from a romance because your significant other tuned you out. And oddly, your subsequent pairing music mirrors the flaw. You relocate to a fresh town to dodge your woes, only to realize you tucked them into your bags and hauled them over. This isn't happenstance. This isn't foul chance. This is the cosmos flashing a reflector. It's declaring, see this cycle? Gaze at what it reveals about you. This is the insight you're dodging. The cosmos shows incredible tolerance, yet it's equally tenacious. Music. If there's an insight you must grasp, an adjustment you require, it'll replay that scenario endlessly until it clicks. Music. It's reminiscent of looping on one game stage since you haven't mastered the required move to advance. And curiously, the instant you truly absorb the insight, the second you authentically alter within, the cycle vanishes. Abruptly, those challenging folks fade from your orbit. Music. Those triggers that once rattled you lose their grip, not due to any shift in the surroundings, but because you've shifted, you've gained the wisdom required, and the cosmos nods. Quote 3. The final cue is weariness. Music, not the satisfying ache post a solid day's labor, not the cozy wear from fully engaging body and spirit, but a profound marrow-level sough, that overwhelming fatigue that sleep just can't shake off. You rise feeling drained. You collapse into bed still wiped out. The world seems to weigh a ton. It's your body's alarm bell, signaling a deep imbalance. You're caught in a lifestyle that's depleting you instead of nourishing you. You're pouring your vitality into pursuits that aren't worth it. You're propping up a false version of yourself that demands endless upkeep. Consider this. A tree doesn't wear itself down just by growing as a tree. A bird doesn't exhaust itself simply by flying as a bird. They exist true to their essence without strain. Yet, we people have this odd tendency to chase what we're not meant to be. We build intricate facades, we sustain tangled deceptions, we contort ourselves to win approval from others, all while shortchanging our own truth. And that takes a massive toll. When fatigue crashes over you from the cosmos, it's whispering, music, pause, recharge, reflect. Your current path isn't viable long-term. A shift is essential. The fourth indicator is isolation. You sense a growing rift from those nearby. Chats ring empty. Bonds feel shallow. You perform the rituals of mingling, yet true bonds elude you. No authentic engagement, no full immersion. You're physically present, but music mentally adrift. This creeps in when you've strayed too far from your core identity. After donning a disguise for ages, music, until your genuine features blur in memory, others pick up on it instinctively, even if they can't name it. Your aura lacks a vital spark, something irreplaceable. Thus, real rapport fades since it demands openness, genuineness, honesty. At its heart, the cosmos thrives on interconnections. All things interlink with the rest. Waves surge thanks to the sea. Leaves flourish because of their branch. You thrive amid this expansive network of ties extending every which way. Isolation hits as a reminder you've overlooked that truth. You've bought into the myth of your solo bubble, your detached identity. And that illusion breeds unhappiness. The fifth indicator is turmoil. Stuff keeps crumbling. Your vehicle quits. Your laptop freezes. Schedules unravel right before they start. Mishaps pile up relentlessly, leaving you forever in damage control. Sure, glitches occur now and then. That's just how the physical realm operates. Pretty. Yet when disruptions form a relentless streak, when it seems the cosmos is methodically stripping down your neatly built existence, take note. This is typically the cosmos sweeping out the obsolete. It's carving room for fresh beginnings. We grip our frameworks, our agendas, music, our visions of perfection so fiercely. And occasionally, the sole route for superior elements to arrive is through the collapse of the outdated. A grower won't sow fresh sprouts in soil crammed with last season's yield. Clearance comes first. Emptiness paves the way. Music. The unraveling isn't the issue, it's the groundwork. The sixth indicator is bodily alerts. Your frame begins protesting, migraines, gut issues, persistent knots in your muscles that refuse to ease. Your physique holds ancient wisdom, far sharper than your rational brain. It detects trouble well ahead of your conscious realizations. And when subtler hints fail to register, it escalates to discomfort signals. Discomfort isn't a foe, it's data. Music. Your form's method of urging would, quote, dismiss the soft nudges and the alerts amplify to yells. Tune out the yells and you could end up sidelined, forced to heed the message. The seventh indicator is serendipity. Odd alignments begin surfacing. A name crosses your mind, and their ringtone sounds. You're seeking insights, music, and a volume tumbles from the rack precisely in your view. You cross paths with the ideal contact at the perfect instant. These instances of purposeful chance act like markers. Music, the cosmos scattering hints for you to pursue. Carl Jung, the profound navigator of the psyche, described synchronicity as proof of deeper layers beyond our usual grasp. That amid life's turbulent undercurrents, a structure, a harmony, a purpose endures. As these alignments multiply, it signals you're at a pivotal juncture. The cosmos seeks to steer you, to illuminate your next step. But remember the key point. These cues aren't harbingers of disaster. They're not the cosmos acting harshly or doling out penalties. They're gentle redirects. They're affectionate notes penned in the script of existence. The cosmos isn't aiming to wound you, it's aiming to rouse you. Picture a fever. During an illness, your system spikes its heat. It stings. It's distressing, at times downright agonizing. But the fever isn't the enemy. The fever acts as your body's defense mechanism, tackling intruders that shouldn't be there. Similarly, these signals, these interruptions, these uneasy experiences aren't the issue itself. They're your inner defenses kicking in. A harmful element has slipped in, something out of place, and your system is striving to purge it. Makes sense, right? The real question arises when you spot these indicators. What steps do you take next? Spotting them is just the initial phase. You might acknowledge them and then swiftly brush them aside, which is the typical reaction for so many. We're incredibly skilled at spotting the unwelcome truths and then acting like they never appeared. The needed reaction isn't some bold, sweeping move. It's not about ditching your career overnight, dissolving your relationship, or unloading everything you own to retreat to a secluded retreat. Sure, those could fit certain folks in specific circumstances, yet big outward shifts without grasping the inner dynamics often breed further chaos. What's truly called for is pause, halt, stay silent, tune in. The cosmos is communicating, but you need to carve out room to catch its voice. You must dial back the clamor, the endless buzz, the barrage of views, pressures, and obligations crowding your mind from dawn till dusk. Spend time alone with yourself. No device, no reading material, no diversions. Simply be present. And during that quiet, pose this to yourself candidly. What message is coming through? Music. What am I dodging? What grip am I holding on to that I must let loose? The insights won't arrive in spoken form. They'll emerge as intuition, as insight, as that affirming sense of exactly. Music, that's the one. Your tension will ease a bit. Whatever felt knotted will start to unwind. That's the cue you've connected with reality. And after receiving the signal, after grasping the demand being placed on you, the task ahead is straightforward yet challenging. You must follow through on your awareness. You have to implement the shift. Even if it's awkward, even if others can't comprehend, even if the outcome feels uncertain, this is where many falter. They absorb the insight. They get what's required. Then they stall. Music. They revert to familiar habits, their routine behaviors, their tolerable discontent. As a result, the signals have to intensify. The subtle hints turn into roars. Music. The gentle prods evolve into forceful pushes, but it doesn't need to unfold like that. You have the option to heed the soft cues. You can opt to react when the cosmos music lightly brushes your arm instead of holding out for it to bowl you over. Because this is the key point I hope you grasp. The cosmos isn't detached from you. You're not some lone speck, music, drifting through an unfriendly void. You embody the cosmos exploring its own essence, music through a human lens. When it alerts you, it's your own self issuing the alert. Your profound intuition, your link to a vastness beyond your limited self, is pushing to reach your alert mind. So these cues, these music alerts, aren't originating externally. They're rising from within. From that core in you that intuitively discerns, that is forever discerned, the real music from the illusory. What nurtures existence and what hinders it. Now, the core issue is, will you rely on your own instincts? Will you embrace that profound intuition, even if it clashes with what your rational thoughts claim is accurate? Will you pursue the direction life intends for you, even if it requires releasing what you once believed you desired? This defines the profound journey of humanity. Music. Venturing into the unknown, yet having faith in the unfolding, not gripping a rigid route, but staying open to astonishment, to rerouting, music to uncovering paths you never envisioned. The cues are present. They've been constant. The cosmos has whispered to you through countless channels from your very first breath. The sole matter is if you're at last prepared to attune. Because the moment you begin attuning, the moment you begin acting, the moment you start aligning your life with authenticity over ease or convention or security, music transformation unfolds. Not always in the forms you predict, music, but in depths that resonate profoundly. You cease the struggle. Music. You cease the coercion. You cease wearing yourself out battling the flow. Instead, you allow the stream to guide you. You permit music existence to express itself via you. You transform into fluid motion, navigating barriers rather than colliding with them, perpetually advancing, perpetually adapting, perpetually seeking the smoothest course. This is the persistent message from the cosmos. Cease the opposition. Stop music, the attachment. Stop the denial. Simply exist as you are, in your current spot, with your current resources, and have confidence that this is precisely your place, absorbing precisely the lessons required, evolving into precisely the person destined for you. The cues aren't dangers, they're summons. The cosmos isn't steering you from peril, it's drawing you to your authentic existence. So, the big query remains. Are you?